Well, I guess we'll start with that, Said. You match a career high after just 13 points in the last 2 total games. For you, how much was it just hunting your shot tonight versus how much was it just kind of the looks were there for you?
I mean, it's not necessarily – I wouldn't call it hunting my shot. I'll just say it's being aggressive and assertive, and making the right play. Some days it will be, me being aggressive like this and dropping 30, as you see, and then other days it would be aggressive and having 12 assists. As long as I'm making the right play for my teammates, and that's the main goal. It happened to be my shot today. And shout out to these guys, too. They got me a lot of looks that I had. I missed some early ones, but they kept me in it, and then, the result is the result.
Zay, you get the rebound, you go to the corner, you do a little spin, and you shoot.
Mm-hmm.
How much is that Isaiah Watts in a nutshell, that play right there?
That's it right there. I feel like I had a rough couple weeks. I got in that gym, trusted my work, and then, I played free, had fun. And, y'all seen it last year, but I've struggled with playing with my same joy. So I think it was just good to get back and, have a little fun on the court.
Wanted to ask about that too. I think it was, the last 2 games hadn't hit a 3. You come out and you're just ready to go right away. For you, I think it's fair to say confidence maybe isn't so much of an issue, but how much do you still have to kind of keep your own mentality and not get in your own head after you missed, I think it was 11 or 12?
Man, my dad will tell you it was hard. We was in the gym this morning we're shooting, working out, and I broke down crying, just because it's like I feel as, that's what I do, that's what I'm here for. And to not be able to do it at my best, it was really emotional for me. So just to, hit a couple today, it just feels really good.
How do you kind of battle through that emotion when you're not hitting the shots that you usually do?
Shoot.
Not battle through it, but just kind of how do you work through it?
Lean on my people, lean on my support system. From top to bottom, from my mom, my dad, Miss Heather. She gonna love the shout out. Coaches, teammates, just lean on my guys. I think they got me out of this slump.
Cedric, I think you had 20 of your 30 in the second half, and they took the lead for a little bit. How much of you scoring that much in the second half was because of the game, being so close?
That just happened to be the circumstance. I would have liked to do the same thing if we were up 30, but at the same time, we just need to get some more stops. I think I was just taking advantage of my opportunity. They wanted to put a smaller guy on me and, take my advantage with the weight and the strength and, obviously my height with it. And if they don't want to double, then we work on that every day. If they don't want to double, take advantage of it and go score the ball. And if they do, hit wide open people. There was times where, as you see, I scored the ball today, and there was times where I threw it out for great shots. Some happen to fall, some happen to not fall, but at the same time, those are the looks we want every single day of the week. If we have a game where we 7 for 22 for 3, if we have another game like this going 7 for 22, but all 22 are wide open shots, I'm living with that all 7 days of the week. So.
Yeah, do you guys like the looks you were getting, and then they just weren't going down, or what was your kind of assessment of that?
I think. We watched film when we came back from Iowa, and we watched it about shot selection and decision-making and just figuring out what are really good shots, what are great shots, because we'd rather get great than good. I think watching that really opened everybody's eyes, to make that one extra pass, to see that look that, usually sometimes you wouldn't see, and, now you're actually looking for it. So for us, it was just, all right, let's look in this direction, because we haven't in the past, and it happened to be there, And like you said, like Zay said, it's just trust your work, lean on your support system. I missed 2 early threes in the beginning of the game, and I low-key was like, holy crap, dude, I'm working this every day. I'm wide open. Why aren't they going down? But at the same time, seeing Zay hit threes, seeing Dane and Ethan post up, seeing Juan get rebound, that stuff helps me. USA, that stuff helps me, get back on, back on track, stay sane, pretty much.
Question for Cedric. Isaiah kind of just talked about how the past couple weeks have been tough, not playing necessarily his best ball. But is there kind of a message that you or other teammates kind of send to him to make sure that his confidence doesn't waver?
Yeah, that's Zay, man. He's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. It's not. And I've been playing basketball a long time. But to know that he's always in the gym, it's the trust factor. I'm never, last game he struggled from the 3, but still, you're going to find him. Don't go away from anybody, no matter what the past says. The past is in the past. all we can focus on is right now. All we can control is right now. And so he had a great game tonight, you know, and then he's doing Zay Glock things. You know, that corner three, he spun around, and once he shot it, I'm not going to lie, I knew it was in. I was calling for the ball, and he spun around and shot it. I was like, oh, that's in there. And he made it. I almost tripped him trying to high five, but at the same time, just knowing, I mean, when you get in the rhythms and you have confidence in people and, you know who they are, you believe in them to the fullest to make those shots, to make the right pass, to do whatever. So.
And then Isaiah, what does it kind of mean to you knowing that there are players around you and then coaches that, like, no matter what happens out there, they trust you?
I mean, this is huge. This is like probably the first time in my life being surrounded by, I mean, I guess last year too, but like really guys that are like, shoot the ball. You got to shoot it. That's what you're here for. I mean, it's big. I can't even put it into words. It means a lot, for sure.
So a question for both of y'all. No turnovers were a big issue against Iowa with 18, and today getting only 10, and that was still a lot in that first half of the first half was 5, and then slowing down after that. Sort of, what happened in y'all's game plan that changed it up, and how do y'all protect the ball much better down the stretch?
Nothing really for the game plan. It was just being smarter with the basketball. I think against Iowa, we were kind of rushed, and they were playing some aggressive defense that we really didn't adjust to as fast as we should have and could have, during the game, and that caused a lot of our turnovers. But today we really locked in on the game plan, and it wasn't like necessarily a change to anything, but it's just us being more focused and locked in and knowing, like, all right, they're going to come aggressive, and if we shut that down, then they have to play soft coverage. And then once you play soft coverage against us, it's over.
And then one for you specifically, Cedric, you and 3 other key players in this team now going up against Eastern Washington coming up this Thursday. I know that's a little bit personal for a lot of y'all just going up against this other team. What's it mean to y'all, not just you, but to have a lot of this team going up against your old team?
Yeah, I mean, I love Eastern. It's, it's a part of my heart, but at the same time, it's basketball. There ain't no friends on the court besides the brothers in the same jersey and the coaches obviously with the same gear as you. But it's just another basketball game for me. I think it's going to be one thing, before the game where you kind of take it in a little bit, but then realize you got a job to do. It's a business-like approach. And then after, we can chop it up and, do all that, lovey-dovey stuff.
Does that mean any different playing that in Spokane on a neutral court?
Nah, I mean, we played Wazoo when I was at Eastern on Spokane Arena, 2 years ago, and there was more Wazoo fans there than Eastern fans. So I expect our crowd to be there jumping. So,
jumping.
so we'll be all right.